guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today I wanted to do a 3-in-1 foundation review. I have been testing out 3 new drugstore foundations, and I have a lot to say about all 3 of these. I think some are good, I think some are bad, and I think some are great. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so I will start out with this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation concealer, and this is in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. And this one I was really excited to try because I haven't tried a lot of Milani foundation products. But right out of the bat, I will say it's an affordable foundation. It's around the $9–10 mark. But I'm going to go ahead and start out with the bad because this really kind of cuts this foundation for me right from the beginning. So this is in 01 Creamy Vanilla. It's supposed to be the lightest shade. This is way too dark for me. It's very, very yellow, and you'll see it in an upcoming Get Ready With Me video, or if I've already posted it, I'll link it below. So right off the bat, it was a very thick and a very heavy foundation, which I'm not used to. So this is definitely medium to full coverage. I think it does a good job of concealing and perfecting. It, to me, dries very matte. I think I would have liked it more if it would have been in my shade, but what I find weird about that is I know I'm pale, but I'm certainly not the palest. I'm normally 2 shades in from the palest shade. So the fact that the palest shade did not work for me, I think they need to work on their color range for the pale girls, because there are, I think, quite a few shade ranges. It's just there's nothing for light skin. So that's my biggest thing why this is not going to work for me. Like I said though, if you are a little bit darker or more yellow, you probably are going to like this. I have more pink undertones, so it's just not going to work for me. The other cool thing that I will say that really did work has a claim that it's like sweat proof. I wore this all day, so an 8-hour workday, and then I went to work out and I did a hard 1-hour workout. I was sweating all over the place. I even took a photo of myself after, so I will insert that here so you can see what it looked like. And I have to say, this stuff stayed. So I think it's a good foundation. I wasn't used to it being so thick on my face. Like, it was harder for me to kind of brush it in, but once it was on and once it was on my face, it didn't feel thick or cakey, but it is thicker than what I'm used to. So those are my thoughts on this one. This didn't work for me just because of the shade, but it does live up to a lot of its claims. So again, if you're darker or have more of a yellow skin base, you might like this. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade 20 Classic Ivory, and I love this foundation. It has got like a gel creamy formula. It glides onto the skin super soft, and it's not matte, but it's not luminous. It's somewhere right in between. To me, that's kind of a satin feel. I think it's long wearing. I think it looks extremely natural on the skin. And one of the great things about this one is if you're feeling very lazy and you don't want to do your primer, you don't want to do your moisturizer, I've used this without those things and it still looks really natural and really amazing on the skin. I honestly think this is one of my new favorite foundations, and I've honestly, I feel like this bottle's light because I've used so much of it up. This one I highly recommend, and I think it's really good again for an in-between skin type. Like, I'm combo. I'm oily in my T-zone and then kind of normal everywhere else, so I feel like I'm a combo skin type. It works really well for me, but I think for most skin types this might be really nice. I've heard a lot of other people say good things about it, and it's exactly a soft matte, exactly what it says, and also very creamy and gel and easy to go on the face. So highly recommend this one. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention about this one. The price point on this is even more affordable than the last one. This is in the $6 to $7 range. So again, great quality, great consistency, easy to go on the skin, really natural looking. And I would say it's a medium coverage foundation. Okay guys, moving on to the last product I'm going to talk about today. This is from L'Oreal, and this is the True Match Lumi Cushion Buildable Luminous Foundation. And I got my shade in N2. And I love the packaging for this. I love that it's a different type of foundation. It's a compact foundation with a sponge filled with foundation. So this is an expensive one. This is on the $16 range. You can get some coupons to make it a little bit cheaper. I love the rose gold shininess to it, and I think they did a really good job as far as there's a mirror in here. It does come with a poof that I tried out, but it takes too long for me to use this, so I don't use it anymore. It's sealed, so you just pop it and it's sealed very well so that the product does not dry out. What I do is I just take my foundation brush and I dip it in, and how I apply it to my face is just in a patting motion. I don't swirl it on. I try to just stipple it on, and that to me comes out looking very natural. I'm actually wearing that today. It's a light to medium coverage. It's definitely not full. I like the consistency. It's a luminous foundation. I think you can kind of tell it's very more glowy and dewy. I'm in the shade N2, and I wanted to talk about matching because a lot of people were saying they had a hard time matching this foundation. For me, in the drugstore, there were 3 strips because they have a cool range, a warm range, and a neutral range. And again, I'm in the neutral. And they had a little like test strip that you could just peel and put on your skin to see which shade would work best for you. And that's how I chose N2, and I think it works great for me. So I didn't have any issues trying to figure out what shade I was. I would say it's a, it's a day. It wears well throughout the day. I think I've worn this for at least 9 or 10 hours at this point, so I think it's looking really nice. I think if you're oily skinned, I don't think you would like it because it's so luminous. You're gonna look way more oily at the end of the day. But I really like it, and I like that it's a unique product. It's different. The only thing I will say that if I'm running late or I just am not feeling like really trying, this does take a little bit more effort because you do have to pat it on, and that to me takes longer than just swirling my foundation on and being done with it. So those are my thoughts on these foundations. Let me know what you've been liking or what you think about these. I know everybody sometimes has a different opinion, based on your skin tone or your skin. It's all a different experience. So let me know if you share any of the same thoughts or if you have different thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!